Hey, how's it going? This is your Forklift Evangelist. Come to see you with the thought for today. You know, it's December now, December 1st. And as we think about December 1st, at this time of year, we begin the Christmas celebration. Christmas represents Jesus coming to the earth. We have his birth, and we celebrate those things, and you see manger scenes, you see Santa Claus. That's a whole different discussion. But we look at this life all around us, this world all around us, and you see that there is a need for the Savior. You see, all those years ago, God knew that there was a need for a Messiah to come. He knew that there was a need for somebody to come and to mediate. He knew that there was a need for a Savior, for a Messiah. And so, Jesus comes. And I talked last time in our Forklift evangelism that he didn't come like people had expected him to, coming and being born to a poor peasant girl and entering the world the way that he did. But nonetheless, the Savior entered. We call the Messiah becoming flesh, the Incarnation. That's the theological term that we like to use, the Incarnation. And I think the Incarnation is so significant because Jesus becoming flesh made the Savior relevant to us. You see, God had put his people in the garden and they sinned, and so they were banished from the garden and from his presence. And then God used different ways to speak to his people and to live among his people. There was a tent, and there was a cloud in the day and a fire at night, and they followed that. That still wasn't close enough. And so then there was the Ark of the Covenant where God was in the presence of the people, but that still wasn't close enough. And finally he sent Jesus, the Messiah, the Incarnation, to go, and he lived and he dwelt among the people. All of a sudden, Jesus, God is real. You can reach out and touch him. You can see him face to face. And I think that's so significant. And we need that today desperately. But as if that wasn't enough, Jesus said that he had to leave, that he was going to be crucified, that he would be killed. That 3 days later he would rise again. But you know what? He doesn't leave us. He sends his Spirit to us. And now he dwells within us, within people. We now are the Incarnation. I was thinking about how to illustrate that, because I think that the Incarnation, meaning God in the flesh, is still the best way to reach out to people. That's what we need more than ever. We need to see a God in the flesh. It's a lot like this warehouse. I'm standing here in this warehouse. It's a little cool this morning. It's been a cold week. And look at this warehouse. I'm going to pan right here and you can see. Now, it's not very full right now because I've been putting out a lot of outbound trailers. But you can see it's a pretty large building, this building that we're in. This is one of our 3 buildings that we have here at our warehouse. Now I want to show you our heating source in here, all right? Ready? Here it is. That blue flame right there. That blue flame is every bit of heat that is in this building. It comes right there from that blue flame. It's not a lot. You have to be really close to it to feel it. But you know what? There's something about that blue flame that draws me to it. And it's because I want to be near the source. I want to be near the heating source. I mean, I have to go all over this building, but I always, when I get a chance, I want to come near to that heating source. And I think that's how we should be. We should reflect Jesus so much, we being the believers of Jesus, the church, because we are now the temple of God. We are his hands and his feet in this world today. We are the Incarnation. And just like that heater right there, we need to have people want to be near us. Jesus should draw us to him like that heating source, because we live in a world that's cold and dark. And we need a little warmth in our life. And Jesus is that source. Jesus is that source of heat. Jesus is like that heater to me. How I want to be near it, that's how we need to be spiritually. We should long, desire, want to be near Jesus. And others will see that and say, man, that looks good. I want to be a part of that. How can we be the incarnation of Christ? How can we live out being Jesus to the people around us? Now we fail. I fail. We make mistakes. We get angry. We get frustrated. We have things in our life that might draw us away. But we need to constantly be moving towards that source. Constantly be moving closer and closer to Jesus. Because whenever we start to live like this, others will want to be around that too. Hey, that's your Forklift Evangelist thought for today. God bless.